What is up, guys? Amai here with HPG, and today's video is going to be about what paint setup to use for your mobile paint and body business. So, I want to be able to answer today's email from Jason Jimenez out in Baltimore, Midland, and I'm going to read the email basically what he says in here. He says, "Hey brother, my name is Jason Jimenez from Baltimore, Midland, Maryland. Been contemplating going mobile for a little while now. Excuse me. I paint full time, so I'm just trying to slowly start odd jobs as a side hustle and see where it goes. My advice, bro, would be go for it. You never know until you start. If you already know how to do the paint work and you're darn good at it, man, you're halfway there. The business side of it, it's not that hard. I mean, word of mouth, having clients sell the work for you. Eventually, you're going to get to that point where you're going to have to go and start the business for yourself. Um, just to give you a little background about myself, I too also started off in a body shop environment, worked for a body shop for 2 years, and then I branched out into the mobile paint and body business. Had to move to a different city, um, and I worked for somebody else for 10 years. Um, and man, let me tell you, it was a blessing in disguise. Um, the freedom, you get to pick your hours, the ability to make more money, provide more for your family. Of course, like any business, it has its ups and downs. But when you love what you do and you're darn good at it, man, it's a reward in itself. Um, Going on to the next question. It says, my question is about PPG paint. How do you find your color match? Color Mobile. If so, how do I get access to that app? It says I need a CTS number. So the paint supplier that I use here in Houston, Texas, I use PPG. It's a great color system. It's consistent. I don't have any trouble with it. I've been using it for years now. Before PPG, I did use Diamond R&M made by BASF. Um, you could go either route. If you're used to PPG, you can find a local distributor that sells that paint in pint cans or quarts. And kind of start off that way. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Eventually, when you graduate to having your own mixing system, we usually use it's an 8 ounce system. You have all the toners and the pearls, and you can mix up your own color. If you're gonna buy a few $1,000s worth of paint from a PPG distributor, I think they automatically give you the CD-ROM for the software to install in your laptop or your mini desktop, so you can have in your setup in your van or your trailer, and you can mix it up using that CD-ROM. Now with the CD-ROMs, they don't charge you. I believe it's free because you're getting your paint supplied from that distributor. Um, I might be wrong. You might have to check your distributor in your town, but I know here it's a little different. So um, once you get all your setup, your paints and toners and pearls, you can mix up any color, and you have the software and CD-ROM. Now you probably will get like 4 CDs for the year because they're constantly updating all the new colors. So when you get your new disc, come in second, third, or fourth quarter, it's basically gonna add on the new colors. Everything else stays the same, so you have the new colors in case you need to mix them up. Um, the alternative paint system that I used before years back was actually Diamond. Um, and I can show you real quick. I'm gonna go to my screen and show you. I'm gonna pull it up. That's not it. So let's go to Google. Close this. Close this. And there's a company. Um, just Google Paint Bull Supply. So when you Google paintball supply, you're gonna come across this website. Um, Click on the one that says https store.paintball.com. It's gonna take you to this web page here. Now, click on the products tab. When you click on the products, you're gonna go to paint, and this is all the different paint they have. Now, the one that I used in the past was Diamond, which is this one right here. You click on that, it's going to take you to all the toners. Now, let's just say for this pitch control, the flop control, the 8-ounce bottle, it's 26 bucks and 60 cents, right? Um, 8-ounce. Let me see. Let's do another one. What is this? 118 Super Russet Pearl. This is like a red metallic. This one is $55.41 for an 8-ounce bottle. Now, what you have to do is you call this company and you say, hey, I want to get a whole setup to mix mobile. Diamond is the solvent base, or you could use Onyx, low VOC. I think that's like their water base. That also has some benefits as far as the being exempt um, for mixing paint and all that outdoors and stuff. They give you a certificate because you're using that paint brand. But you can get more information from them. Now, I know on the Diamond you have your bases and then you have your pearls. Your pearls, they're basically the R&M crystal bases. They come in 2 ounce, and these are all the crystal bases that you should have in stock for whenever you're mixing colors. Um, Now, last time I checked with these guys, I did order from them. They're great. They're on time. Their service is fast. They send stuff out quick to you. It's a great company. So just call them up and let them know Houston Paint Guy referred you to them. Um, but this is an alternative to PPG. I don't know the exact price. I know it's a couple thousand for the whole setup. I might be wrong. I'm not sure, but it's probably anywhere from 3, 4 thousand, or probably more. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I might be completely wrong, but it's about what you're going to spend for a complete setup. The neat thing about that, what I also like about the Diamond, is they have a mobile app, and I'm going to show you real quick. Um, Here's my phone, and if you look closely, it says RM Color Explorer. Um, Let me try to get to, sorry, the front page here. Okay. It's basically a mobile app. Where is it? Come on, focus. Focus. Okay. It's a mobile app. You punch in your um your code 3R3. Now if you're a painter, you know uh what kind of vehicle that's for. And it's a pop quiz. Let's see if y'all get it right. 3, 2, 1. It's for Toyota. Barcelona red metallic. So I click on that, right? 2000, between 2005 2019. Now you will have your different variances, but you see where it says Onyx HD, Diamond. You're gonna click on Diamond because that's the solvent base. And let me take y'all to. Okay, come on, focus, focus. Okay, here we go. All right. So these are the amounts. These are your toners. This is what you pour in. Now up top where it says target, you can put how much you want to put in there. You might have to change that to get your mixing ratios. Um, but this is pretty cool. You can actually request. Well, it says unable to do PDF, but Man, this is a great app. You could actually use that to, you know, mix your colors. So if you already have the mixing system from Diamond and you're out in the boonies, in the middle of nowhere, or your computer shuts down, or you don't have the latest update, pull out your phone. You have Signal. Pull your numbers. You mix your color. Bam, there you go. So you don't really need to buy the software. I mean, it kind of comes. It should come with your paint system when you contact your distributor. They should, give you a little bit more info on that. So another question that you have here is, what kind size of air compressor do you have in your van, and do you use an electric, DA, or air powered? Now, being mobile, I've always preferred to use electric, including my air system. I use a Titan Cap Spray 6 stage HVOP turbine. It hooks up to a regular 110 outlet, doesn't pop the breakers or anything, works great. Um, and then I also have an electric DA sander from Home Depot by DeWalt. It's a 5-inch electric sander. So I'm gonna pull that up on the screen real quick for you and show you guys what it looks like. So we go to Google and just type in Titan Cap Spray, um, 6 stage turbine. Oops, I misspelled it. I think it's a 115. Yeah. So if you look at the tab, it's Titan Cap Spray 115 6 stage HVOP. Now this has about 11.5 pressure at the tip, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, air pressure. Um, I have actually 40 feet of hose on my setup just because I have to like work around the car a lot further, or the 30 is pretty much standard, 35 with the whip. But this turbine is freaking amazing. Let me tell you why. Um, with this turbine here, you don't have to worry about um, water buildup. You don't get water in your line. It's direct air from a turbine. And the longer you have it on, the hotter the air gets, which I think is an added plus because it helps your paint dry, especially in cold temperatures. Um, no oil. You don't get any oil. So it's just direct air continuously being fed through the turbine. It has like these filters on the sides on the where it sucks the air in. It has the filters and it just pumps it into your air hose. And you could spray a whole side of a car, um, front clip, back clip. You could have it on for an hour, 2 hours continuously, and it will not fail. This is a very, very good turbine to get. Now there will be the 3 stage, 4 stage, and 5 stage. I would recommend this one just because it has more pressure when you have the 6 stage. It's 11.5. The other ones, I think it drops down. You get 9, 10, 8 psi at the tip. Now I do use AccuSpray guns. If you're familiar with AccuSpray, they actually got bought out by 3M years ago, and 3M decided to discontinue their these guns, and started fabricating the interchangeable tip for these types of guns. Now, this gun is I have the AccuSpray Gravity, and I have the Siphon Feet. Now, the Gravity is the one with this cup up top. Um, so basically, this is where your paint goes, and your turbine hose hooks up to the bottom here. They are pretty pricey. Um, they can run anywhere from, I've seen them as cheap. Oh wow, this is actually $428. Man, I should get this one. You can't find them anywhere. I mean, these guns are sold out, gone. I mean, they're very hard to find. They used to be $600, believe it or not, with the cup and everything included on there. Easily $600. But man, let me tell you, they atomized the paint just as good as the Seda or any other um, big name spray guns out there, and they work beautiful. I love using these guns. I mean, I've been using them for 17 years. So that's the gravity fed. Now these are the ones that I'm telling do not get. These are the interchangeable tips. I haven't used them, um, nor do I want to use them. Um, okay, so these are the different guns right here. So this is a Series 10G, which is the one that I'm telling you about. So let's try to see if we can zoom in. Zoom, zoom. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now this is the one that I have. I have the 10G, which is a gravity. Great gun. Love it. They also have the PPS system. Now the difference between this Series 10 GP and the one up here is this is just gravity. This one has the little nipple on the bottom that feeds pressure into this line, goes into your PPS cup, and pushes your liner down. So that's the difference between this one and the other. So if you're going to get the PPS liners, small cup, this is what you want to get this gun. These are very hard to find. Now you have your standard Series 10. This is basically your siphon feed. Pressure goes into your cup. They have a different cup than this. This is a PPS cup. Um, the other cup is just like a regular just cup. It's capped off. It's got a seal inside, and this little line hooks up to the cup on the top, and it puts pressure in there. And you don't need the liners. It just pushes the paint up. I'm gonna make a video another day where I can show you my whole setup, my trailer, and everything. That way, you guys can see basically how I run my setup. Those are very hard to come by guns. So if you do some research, just look up AccuSpray 10G, 10G Pro, and you'll find them. And that's the info for the compressor and the guns. Now, I have an electric DA. I basically got it from Home Depot. It's a little DeWalt. Let me show you real quick. And it was like $80 when I bought it. But it might be cheaper. I think they're like 65 or something like that. It's made by DeWalt. And again, I don't know how to spell DeWalt 5-inch electric sander. Now they have two different ones. They have just a continuous speed. There's no button on the side. The one that's a little bit more, it's like $69, which is this one. It has a little wheel on the side where you can control the speed. It's a variable speed orbital sander. I bought one 6 years ago. It's still running strong. Now this is a 5-inch, so you're gonna have to use 5-inch paper. A lot of paint suppliers sell the 6-inch paper. You might have to ask them if they can request a special request from Merca is one of the sandpapers that I use. I think they're based out of Finland or Poland. If not, you can go to Amazon. Amazon ships anywhere. And you can buy this 5-inch mesh sanding disc. Now, this is what it looks like. It's like a see-through paper, but man, this stuff lasts forever. Like, I'm telling you, one box of this should last you a good month and a half, 2 months, because you can reuse each one maybe on two, three, four bumpers. And it's not that expensive, $44. I've seen them as low as 30, 32, $35 from my local supplier. But this is the paper that I use, and they have them in 180, 80 grit, 40 grit, 320, 150, 600, 800. I mean, anything you can think of, they have available. So this is the paper I use for the DA. Now I'm gonna go over to um, the next question. Okay, so it says here, I wish I could see your whole van setup and tools or even work for you for free for a week. Man, come on with it. Come on down. Like they say, price is right. Come on down and work for free, man. Actually, you know what? When I was working in Austin, I trained a few guys, man, and I actually enjoy it. You know, I think I'm a teacher uh naturally. But my teaching style is very driven and focused, and it's more I the way I teach is I'd rather teach you what to do in case something goes wrong and how to fix it, rather than teach you how to do everything right, and I don't teach you how to fix when stuff goes wrong, because then when you're out in the field and something goes wrong, you're like, oh crap, what do I do? How do I fix this? Well, if you approach and teaching things how to solve it, so when it happens to you in the field, you already know how to solve it. That's kind of how I see things. You know, I mean, everybody's different, um, but yeah. So I think this is pretty much all your questions. So you have experience and you're in the trade, but you're new to mobile. Um, Man, just go for it, man. You never know. Try it out. You know, test the waters. Take a risk. I'm a risk taker. I've always been a risk taker. But I mean, if you're really good at what you do, and you have a lot of pride in what you do, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that you're just dang good at what you do, man, the work will sell itself, and you'll have problems where you don't know what to do with all the work that's coming your way. Um, it says here you put, I get anxiety just thinking about how the opportunity to capitalize is at my fingertips. Brother, go all in. I mean, if you can do it, and you know you have the ability and capacity, you're never gonna know until you try it out. You know, I'm always here for support. If you have any questions or anything, any information that you need, just reach out to me, shoot me an email. I'll send you my direct number. You can contact me on there, and we can set up times to talk over the phone, if need be. So, you know, that's always there. But it says I constantly have people asking for reconditioning work on their vehicles that I want to start helping. My advice, bro, just go for it. Go all in. But anyways, Jason, this was a video geared towards you. And for anybody else out there that might have some other questions, please leave comments below and let me know what you would like to ask, or you know, maybe want me to put up a video of something else. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll see y'all next time.